way to keep it interesting there, John, yesterday night. What, you want to make sure CBS had somewhere to go for the audience, or what?
Mike, one thing, you know you're working with a rat, don't you? He is an absolute rat.
Well, he wants you to lose, I can tell you that. Because I picked you to win it this year, and who did you pick? He picked who? Who did you pick?
UCLA.
He picked UCLA, that's why, that's right, yeah. And I almost had them out Saturday night, so I almost had him out of there, and then he wanted to get you out of there yesterday.
Oh, he was cheering. He was cheering.
Yeah, but John, you have to make a few of these free throws. I mean, I know you're doing your job. You don't want your team to dwell on it, but you gave Mississippi State plenty of chances in the last 4 minutes.
Let me ask you this. I'm doing everybody. That's all they want to talk about. But here, let's do this first. What are the strengths of my team?
Well, I haven't seen you a ton.
There you go. Stop.
But
I love what you just said, you rat. I love what you just said.
I was honest with you.
You haven't seen my team enough, so what you do is you go on the stat sheet and look and say, boy, they can't make fouls. But there are other things my team does that I'm more worried about than the free throws.
Well, how about the lack of steals yesterday? You only had 4 steals in the game,
but
correct?
How many turnovers did we have in that game?
Your team had a lot, right?
We had 5.
Oh, you had 5. Okay, I'm sorry. I apologize.
We had 5. We out-rebound them by like 10. We have 11 blocks. And all anybody wants, they play great now. They played great. And all anybody wants to talk about is free throws. I'm telling you, at the end of the day, the people that are just zeroing in on free throws don't know my team at all. The people that know my team will say...
Well, here's what I do know, John. Your missed free throws gave a team that you had no business being involved with that late in the game a chance to tie.
Why would you say that?
Because you missed 5 free throws.
Wait a minute. Why would you say they shouldn't have been in the game with us? They have 2 all-SEC first-teamers, and they have the leading shot blocker in the country. Now, wait a minute. They have number 2 in field goal percentage defense in the country, number 2 in blocks. What makes you think... You really think highly of us.
Well, then why were they a 9 seed then?
They shouldn't have been. They shouldn't have been. They should have been a 4, 5, or 6 seed at worst.
Their body of work showed that over the course of the season?
Absolutely. Early in the year, they struggled. They were 5-5. From that point on, they were like 19-4. I mean, they were ridiculous.
All right. This is a team that lost to South Alabama now.
Early in the season.
This is a team that lost to Georgia in the conference tournament when Georgia played its second game in his
Georgia won 5 straight, almost beat Xavier. Come on. I mean, they were a good team. Here's my deal right now. At this point, unless you want us to lose, what would you want to say about free throw shooting if you're coaching your team?
Nothing.
Right, Mike. Nothing. And when everybody keeps talking about it, you're going to poo-hoo it. Who cares? At this point, we are what we are. If you know what our strengths are, you're going to be happy about our team. If you're looking for something, anything, because I can't stand them, I want them to lose, you're going to say they can't.
Now, here's the thing I want to say, though. Here's the thing I want to say. I want to put the ball in Robert's hands, and I want to put the ball in Rose's hands. But I expect Rose to be a more confident player on the foul line than he is. Now, I don't know why he isn't. He should be. He looks like he should be, but he's not. And you're with him every day. Now, I know he's a kid, but if it's in Robert's hands, you're confident. If you're in Rose's hands, I would think you have to be mostly confident.
Were you watching the Texas game?
Who?
You.
Why?
Did you watch the Texas game?
I didn't see a whole lot of the Texas game.
Okay, well, let me say what happened at the end of the game. Dog, did you watch the Texas game?
I did not.
The Texas game, we didn't have, there was 4 games on at the same time, and that game snuck up on us.
Who's their point guard?
Well, we know Texas has a big point guard.
Okay, Augustino. He's the one of the best in the country. Wait a minute.
And how many missed
yesterday? He threw an air ball up. We know that.
He shot an air ball.
He did. But
on the game-winning free throw, he shot an air ball.
He did shoot an air ball, but listen, anyone can do that. Listen, the ball probably slipped out of his hand. He made the next one, too.
John,
he did make the next one, though.
I'll tell you what. I'll buy you a dinner if my kid, misses a free throw for a game one way
Which
or another.
kid? Rose?
I have that much. Yeah, he's a tough, hard-nosed. He wants to win. They're not machines. They're going to miss free throws now.
Well, here's the other thing that worries me about yesterday's game. He had a 9-point lead at half. That evaporated. Then you had a 13-point lead. Boom, that goes away. And then you had a 10-point lead at the end, and they had a chance to tie. Doesn't 131 miles from campus, more Memphis fans than Mississippi State fans, doesn't that...
They were 100. Their campus is 170 miles from the place. But go ahead.
No, they wasn't, because CBS did the little triangle, and yours was a lot closer. But anyway, to make a long story short...
40 miles.
You did have 3 opportunities to put your foot on their throat, and in 3 separate situations, whether it's free throw shooting, whatever it might be, you guys didn't do that. Give me your thoughts about that.
I love it. and I was in the huddle late when they made their run, and I told them, I love this, because if we're as good as we think we are, we'll fight our way out and figure out a way of winning. Now, when we got up 8 with like whatever it was, a minute to go, I was disappointed it got close, but we walked off, and I got a happy team. They were for each other. No one was saying they are for each other. I'm happy. Let me just tell you, if you go through this tournament and you're winning every game by 30, when you get into that
well, you're
game,
worried about the close game. I understand.
Yeah, I mean, now all of a sudden you're right there. How about now we're a 1 seed, the next game is Michigan State. I mean, it's ridiculous. This road for us, we love it.